Okay, a quick message before the video. I know I've been not like recently updated with Mobends and stuff. Like I haven't been doing much, and it's because I've been doing a lot of school and stuff like that. But I've also had different projects that I've been working on, different media that I've been digging in. And, one of them is music and graphic design. But mostly music. You can check that out on my SoundCloud. I've been doing some tracks. I actually have some tracks coming in the future. So if you'd like to go and check them out, please do. I also have a new channel for those who don't know, and this video is going up on the new channel. So if you're still subscribed to the old channel, you can move on to the new channel because I'm gonna post stuff there now only. So yeah, thanks for listening and enjoy the tutorial. Hello everyone, my name is GoblinBob, and today I'm going to be showing you how to create your own BendsPack. So some of you may be asking, what is a BendsPack? Well, a BendsPack is a pack of animations you as a player can make for my mod Mobends. And some of those I have here. I am using one right now that I made. It's called Fun at Parties, and it adds that little dancing animation. And you know, you can't really do that much with BendsPacks. For example, this is the Acrobatics, made by Jake Black 2003. It's pretty cool. It's one of the most downloaded mod packs from the page. I'm going to add a link in the description to the actual database, so you can download any BendsPacks that are uploaded there. And you can, if you want to add your BendsPack, if you create one, you can add that, you know, you can send it to me via email, so do that. Alright, well, there you go. This is the Mobends menu. You can open it using the G button, default. You can check what button it is or change the button in controls. It's right here, GoblinBob's mods, Mobends menu, G. So you open that, and you have a couple of options right here. You have settings. You can turn on the sword trail and spin attack, but that's not any BendsPack stuff. You have the packs button, which you can choose what pack you want to choose right now. You want to use right now. So this is the default, which is always there, and it's the default animations. And you have acrobatics, and you have all the other stuff. So we're gonna be using default right now because we want to create a new BendsPack based off of that. So if you go into player, we see that we can turn on if he's animated or not. For other mobs, you have to restart the game to see the change, but you have the name of here of the pack, and you have a plus here. All right, so you can change the name to anything you want, like Rave, because why not? And we're gonna be creating something similar to the Your Fun at Parties BendsPack, because it has a lot of movement and it has a lot of tricky things and fun things you can do. So we've clicked the plus, right? You can click that. Click the plus. What that does, it adds a new calculation. Let's say it's a new node. So what it does, it happens all the time for all the animations. This is the change that happens. So what we can do, we can change that. There are a couple of animations. I'm gonna put a link in the description for the list for all the animation names, so you can see that. I'm also gonna put a link to a text tutorial. So yeah, you can see that as well. So you can change that to stand, you know, and then this will happen only when you stand. I'm gonna showcase that later. So you have the animation for all. Then you can choose, you can specify the model, so the box you want to alter. So let's say the head, right? We want to change the head, so there you go. For now, we're going to use no modifier. I'm going to go into that later. We can set the value to a new one. We can override the old one. We can add to it. We can subtract from it, and we can multiply the original value. So what we're now going to do is we're going to override it to, let's say, -90, and let's see what that does. So also here is the thing that we want to change. So this is the scale. This is the pre-rotation, which I'm not gonna go into right now because it's really advanced. Maybe in the next tutorial, we'll see. And this is the normal rotation. For you OpenGL folks who have done that, or DirectX folks, basically matrices, the pre-rotation is applied before the translation, and the rotation is applied after the translation. So that's that. So for now, we're gonna alter the rotation of the head in the x-axis. So if you click, you can change between which you know, and a question mark, which in this case does nothing. But in the scale, it alters all the dimensions. But for now, in this case, in the case of rotation, it doesn't do anything. So we're gonna choose the x, the x-axis, and what it does, it doesn't do anything. I have no idea. I mean, it should. If it does, we're gonna see. Rave all. Yeah, it should do something. I suppose it just glitches out for some reason. It looks slightly up. Damn, is the 1.8 update that broken? I know, man, it's so weird. Okay, let's see maybe the y-axis. Yeah, it's kind of offset. Okay, that's weird. Maybe let's try the body instead. Damn. This tutorial is not going well. There you go. That's at least something. So I guess the head you can't really change because of the new way I added, so it does not glitch as much on the server. I may have to go look into that. So hopefully it's fixed by the time you see this, or sometime later. So there you go. We've just flipped him to the back, and we can change the axes so it, you know, it rotates some 90 degrees in some other way. There you go. That's pretty weird. So yeah, that does that. So now what we can do is we can change the scale of the body. So we can add it to 2 because, you know, it's gonna be twice as big. So let's do that. Well, yeah, that works. That's what I thought was gonna happen. And what we can do is we can add another node and try to reverse it so the head is normal size. What we have to do is just downsize it, so half the size. If you know how this works, good. There you go. That's a thing we've done. That's a thing we've done right here. All right, let's change a little bit the scale because it's an overkill to like 3. There you go. That looks pretty brutal. And the head is like smaller than usual. Ah, that's great. All right, I love it. So now what we can do, we can I'm gonna show how the actual animation works. So we can make it so it only happens when you stand. So there you go. Okay, we can also do that for the head because it's, you know, I don't know. Let's try that. So stand. So it only happens when you stand. Normally, I mean, you know, any other thing you do, it does not apply. So you have to stand in order for it to happen. So I hope you see what I mean. You can look for other things on the web page I'm gonna send you. So yeah. Okay, so now what we can do is start from the beginning and start to add like a wobbling motion, which we will need in order to make some, you know, in order to make some dancing, which we need because we're making rave for some reason. So let's try to animate the body. So type out the body, animation stand, because we want to dance only when we stand. And let's add a modifier of cosinus, because that's what we're going to be using. But not yet, because we have to set the value of calculation to ticks. If we do anything else, any word, you know, it's not going to work. Or value, you know, we can do that, but there's a variable, there's a value we can access from the actual game, which is called ticks. What that does is this value is going to be equal to some sort of like the system time. Let's say that. Basically, it's the time. Is the time of how much the player has lived how much ticks the player has lived already. So that's what it means. So if we do that, and if we add another calculation and select that and multiply it by 20, let's say. That doesn't work because we have to choose the axes. There you go. It's gonna rotate really fast. I hope you understand how this works. We're just adding to the degrees because he's constantly living his life. So he's living his life more every second, or every like millisecond. So that's why he's rotating constantly. I hope you can see my cursor. Like, yeah, you can. Okay. We don't need that though. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do basically the same, but we're gonna add the ticks. Okay, ticks. There you go. It's fine. We're gonna add another one, which is gonna be cosinus. We don't have to add any calculation really to that. But wait, ticks. There you go. So this has to look like this. So what this basically will do is it will wobble really slightly. You can see it like a little bit. That's what it does, but it has to be, it has to be more visible. So what we can do, we can multiply it. We can multiply the speed by 0.5. So now it's gonna rotate. It's gonna wobble slower. And to see more significance, we have to add another node, and multiply the result by like 20, let's say. There you go. It now significantly wobbles. We can see it. So what I'm gonna do now, I like the speed of that. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna add the same thing, but I'm gonna now rotate the arm of the player. So let's do that. Model right arm first. And then let's add a calculation and let's set that to text as well. There you go. We're gonna now do another calculation and we're gonna do cosinus on the arm, x-axis. And add another calculation and multiply it by 5, right? It's slow enough, right? Cool. Does it rotate? Probably not because it doesn't have an axis. It does have an axis. Well, well, there you go. It probably wobbles, but we can't see it because I didn't multiply it yet. So, yeah, there you go. It has to be more significant. So, add another calculation with another nod, and let's add some rotation. There you go. It wobbles now with the body. But what I want is his arm to be up. So what I have to do is offset it again. Actually, I can do it in this nod. I can add another calculation, add 180 degrees of motion. Actually, the other way, because I don't want his arm to break. So I'm gonna subtract 180 degrees. There you go. So you know what I mean by that? I hope this is clear to you. So now what I'm gonna be doing, I don't want the arm and the body to be in sync. So I don't want him to be knocking on a door. That's basically what this animation is. I want them to be slightly offset. What I could do is set, instead of the cosine function, use the sine function, which is now very much, like, a lot better. As you can see, it's much more slick and smooth. So you can do that because it looks a lot better, like it looks good. I hope you can see the results. Like, look into this, and I'm gonna now change it back to cosinus. It's in sync. Like, there's no smoothity to it, there's no slickness to it. You can add a sine, there you go. It's a lot better. So I think I'm gonna actually leave it, but I'm gonna show you a little trick how you can offset it, not by that much, but like you can offset it like a little smaller amount. So let's do it. So what you can do, instead of multiplying it, or like with multiply it, or like after multiplying it, because the multiplying is the speed, right? We're multiplying the amount of ticks that we're processing, that the cos is processing. What we can do, we can offset that amount so it's later in its evolution. So we can add like 5 to it for some reason. And as you see, it has basically the same result. It's still cosinus, but it has the same result. So to have the exact same, it's pi, basically. So this is the sine, This is cos plus 3.14 is sine. A little bit. Wait, no. Because it's offset. Alright, I get it. So as you see now, I've done something different. Because now the arm is not moving relatively to the world. So that's also a cool effect. But that's not what I wanted, really. So multiply. No! Ah! Why did I do this? It's so bad. Okay, I don't think I can move them. No, I can't. It's such a pain. Okay, whatever. Let's do it again. Cosinus. It's not a big deal, though. So, yeah, multiply by that. Add another calculation. And plus it by, like, 2. Yeah, but we still need the... I hate it. Alright, plus minus 180. There you go. We also have to multiply it, so... Sorry! And, I think that's it. Yeah, now it, like, waves, which is cool, because I like that. Let's make it more intense. Like, 90. No, like 50 and 50 here as well. Like, it's gonna wave. It's gonna be sick. There you go. Do that wave. Yeah, man. Do that. This is that for both the arms. Do I want to do that? I suppose I can. Let's actually polish the right arm. If you like want to change the arrangement of the actual animations, you can go into the text file and edit it yourself, because you know, all the animation, all the data about the BendsPack is saved in your BendsPack folder in your app data. So you can go there, copy your BendsPack and paste it somewhere else, or change it. So there you go. I'm gonna actually time set day. I know this tutorial is really long, but you know, I just want to keep the attention to details. So we could just say this, do the same thing for the left arm. But I think you get the point. We can do something different with the left arm now. So you can add the same calculation. We can add the ticks, but we're gonna do something different with it. In another axis, we can even change the size of it. We're gonna change the size of the actual head in a second. So we set it to ticks. Good. We do another one. We add a cosinus function, and we multiply it by 0.5. So it's the same frequency as everything else. And we can add another one, which doesn't do anything yet, so I can delete that one. We're gonna add another one which multiplies it by 20, and add another calculation that pluses it by 20. That makes any sense. There you go. And now we're gonna change it to y, which doesn't work that much. Oh, because yeah. All right. Well, I get it. There you go. But I want it the other way, so I'm gonna do it the other way. There you go. That's more like it. That's what I wanted to do, actually. So let's change it to sine instead of cos. There you go. That's more like it. Do whatever you're doing, man. I'm gonna add the download to this pack in the description if you want to, so you can see how it's made. And as you see, it not only works when you're standing, it actually works when you're walking, because it's for all. You could change it for everyone in the text file, because now you can change it only individually. So yeah. Okay, last thing, let's make his head just wobble, just an unexplained motion. So let's add another calculation of ticks. Ticks. I think there's more, but I forgot what they are, so I'm gonna you know, apply that in the description, just, you know, mention it somewhere. So you can in this case you can use scale with a question mark, which happens to stretch all the dimensions, and it's gonna equal to ticks. And I'm gonna add another calculation, which is gonna be the cosinus, and it's gonna have the same frequency as before, but I'm gonna add another one. I'm gonna have it multiplied by 0.5 and add another calculation which adds 0.5 to it. So let's see how that looks like. Ooh. Okay, what happens is the cosinus function returns a value between 1 and 0, between -1 and 1. So if I do it like this, it returns a value between minus 0.5 and 0.5 if I multiply by 0.5. I hope this makes sense. So if I multiply by 0.5 again and add 0.5, I suppose it's not going to work that well. So what I'm going to do instead, I'm going to add 0.5. No. Okay, I'm going to add 0.5 first, so it's between 0 and 1. And then I'm going to multiply by 0.5. I think. So I suppose I can do it plus 1. So it doesn't... Oh, it still goes out. So maybe 2? Will that work? I hope. Yes, okay, that works more, I suppose. So we can change the scale to like 0.1, so it doesn't wobble as much. But then I'd have to change the value of this, so I suppose 8 is a good number. Yeah! So actually, let's make him wobble faster than that. So we can just make him wobble faster by not multiplying it. So multiplying it by 1, really. There you go! That does a thing. If you wanted to multiply only in one way, you can change the axes. So now it's doing something, man. It's doing something. Y-axis, there you go. Z-axis, there you go. Oh man, it's so weird. Alright, well it works now. So I hope you liked this tutorial. If you want me to do more in the future, if you want to learn something more, if you want me to do tutorial on any different thing, so just tell me in the comments. You know, I'm glad to hear your feedback and whatever you say. So make your own BendsPack, send it to my email, GoblinBob@gmail.com, and send me a bunch of screenshots, the name of the mod, and the description. So yeah, thanks for watching, and see you later, alligators. Bye.